Okay, today I'm going to address an issue I got in my one of my bathrooms. It's a toilet. Going to the master bedroom. A while back, I noticed there was some water leaking. I wasn't sure if it was coming from the seal of the toilet. The toilet sits on like a seal that's usually got some wax. Helps keep the water from coming out when when you flush the water, it drains out the water and the waste down the piping. But last time I changed out that wax, it's probably been a few years, but I wasn't sure if it was leaking or we have tile in the bathroom, so but realized it was. So now I got to deal with the issue. It's a pain in the ass getting that simply because you got to remove the whole toilet and clean the wax off, the old wax. And that's it's a messy job, but I wouldn't hire a plumber to do that because I'm guessing a plumber will probably come out here and charge a couple $100 for doing a maybe 30-minute work. So it's something that a person normally can do, providing it's you can lift up the toilet bowl if you can get it out of there. The toilet itself is in two parts: the tank, and then you got the toilet bowl. So what I'm going to address is how to do that. I don't think I'm going to do it step by step, but just give you the roundabout information on how to take care of that. Now, I did go to Home Depot and I figured I'm going to buy the wax, so I did that. And I found out that since the last time I was out there, there's different sealants now. The wax itself is just a couple of dollars. It's just a metal, not a metal, but it's a round waxy deal where you just put over the hole and then see the toilet bowl back on there, and it should seal itself. You gotta do it precise, or if that wax doesn't spread evenly, it could still leak. So that's the gamble. I've been probably done maybe like three altogether, but I think I might have had issues one time. The second time I didn't make the seal right, and so I had to redo it again. And it is a pain in the ass because you got to take everything apart. This time I found a different product. There's actually three of them you got the regular wax, which is a couple of dollars. Thought it'd be more than that. A couple of dollars. And there's a new, this one is actually called the Fluid. I bought something different. It's called the Fluid Master Universal Better Than Wax. It's a rubber seal is what it is. Let's see if I can, right there. That's how it looks like. This one is just a rubber type of deal. And see if you see the picture right there, how it sits on there. The other one, this one cost like $7. There was another one that cost like $9, and it actually looked like that. Plus, it had the wax also included in there. So it has a wax and a rubber. So I mean, I figured that, the rubber's gasket. It's pretty much it should take care of it. Hopefully, if it's universal, it should just sit in there. My first time trying to use this kind of rubber gasket instead of the wax. So I'm hoping it'll last a little bit longer. And I'm thinking that the wax itself, probably the last time I done it was 5-6 years ago. So now we're gonna go ahead and try doing this. I'm gonna head out over there. Okay, I'm here at our bathroom here. This is the way it looks. I cleaned everything out of here. Shit, let me see here. I'm trying to run this damn phone. I cleaned everything out of our toilet area. Some bitch. I need a cameraman. That's what I need. I'm usually the one running the camera, but I can't talk and walk and chew gum at the same time. So it kind of feels like it. First things first, when you deal with it, the ring, the gasket itself is going to be right there where the water goes down the hole. First things first, I want to explain how this is done. Back here is where the water comes in. I think I got the damn shot right there. Yeah. All you got to do is shut off that valve. I'm going to have to disconnect it from up here because this is a tank and this is where the toilet, the rest of the toilet is. So this kind of falls comes apart. It's where you take the screws out of there, pull that out of there, and then that's one piece. And then this thing's held by two bolts down there, and on the opposite end also. And then obviously you want to flush and get all the water out of there before you lift it up. You are going to have a little bit of water coming out of there regardless, simply because once you flush it and there's no more water in there, you're still going to have a little bit of water in there. So just, have a mop ready or spare towels or whatever, and that way you can clean up the mess. The worst part of this is probably just cleaning the wax out of there. Now this sealant here, the gasket, says it comes with the 2 screws, the bolts that hold down the toilet bowl, which is those right there. This one's about hand. It's just kind of rusted out a little bit. Let me see. That one's rusted too. Yeah, they're both rusted. Shouldn't be rusted. I mean, unless the water's getting out, it's seeping out, then the bolts are going to rust. But that would have been an indication right there that it was leaking. I'll show you this here. Turn this light here. You can see right there where the water's been creeping out. Let me see, damn fingers on my phone. Yeah, right there. That's where it's been leaking out. And right here, I can tell also. And a little bit on the back side there. So, that's going to be the issue. So, I'm going to shut up the water, flush it, take the top bowl out, and then take the toilet out of there, clean the wax out of there, and then I'll pick it up from there with another shot there. Okay, this is where I'm at. The one on the back side of this, the bolt that holds down the toilet bowl, it was rusted, and I couldn't unscrew it. I've had times before trying to get those things unscrewed, but they usually come off. This one seemed like it was rusted beyond just a regular convention, so I wanted to cut the damn thing off. Just a word of advice: if you do have a family or you need the toilet bowl, be prepared with the right tools. I had some channel logs and everything out here, but I wound up finally, my neck. I wound up cutting it. That's just enough to see how far. That took me about 20 minutes. See how far I can get here in the next. Getting this thing changed out. Okay, I got the bowl out here just to show you what it looks like. If you haven't ever changed one of these out. Let's see. There's a hole there. You can tell it's where it's been leaking here. And these are the 2 bolts holding that. Can't talk and point at the same time. So all that is the old wax. I gotta remove that, and then I'll put the new one on there. I'll show you how it looks like. Are you shitting me? Okay, take 2. I didn't think this thing was recording. I don't know if it was recording or not. Just in case I messed up the first time, I cleaned up the gasket where the gas is going to go, and put the new one on there. This one came with a spacer. I don't need the spacer. That's just if you're come with a spacer. It's got instructions also in there, but that's if you're if that hole is in the gasket, the new gasket is going to sit below the floor, the ground level of the floor, I guess. That's what you need the spacer, but mine's sitting above it. So next thing I do is I'm going to clean up around the shit there. I don't mean that literally, but I'm just going to clean around that mess. And I got the little bit of water dripping. Damn it, I hurt my neck again. Clean that around there, and then I put the toilet bowl back on there and see how this thing works. Show you the finished product. Okay, I cleaned up the toilet area, so the thing's ready to be put on there. Just wanted us looking how it's supposed to be looking. I did get the vacuum and suck all the debris from around that hole. A little bit of water. Cleaned up as much water as I possibly could there. It'll dry up eventually, but still, yeah. These bolts supposedly says they're rust free. Let's see if I can turn this phone around. They say they're rust free, but I think they're full of shit. Nothing's rust free. I think the last one that I bought, they said they're rust free too, and look what happened. I had to cut the damn thing off. So just be prepared for that contingency that if you can't get them off the regular way, you're gonna have to cut it off. So you might want to have a hacksaw in your arsenal ready for that. Okay, after an ass kicking my ass, I got it done. Took me about an hour. I would say about 20 minutes of that was cutting the damn bolt off. And then, I don't know, I spent probably about 10, 15 minutes cleaning everything around there. And this is the final product right there. So you can see it there. Next thing you want to do is, once you put everything back together, check back here for leaks. I already hit and filled it full of water. So I'll keep an eye on this, see if it doesn't leak back here underneath here also for the tank. One thing that I should have mentioned is when you set the bowl back down there, the toilet, kind of make sure you can feel it sitting down on the flange. Okay, you want to make sure it's sitting down on the flange. By wiggling it around, it should just sit right down under. The other thing I can mention is the washers they give you with that package. They're not big enough. I mean, I made it work, but one of them went back into the crack, and I had to take out the whole bowl again and get that thing out of there. And I fought it again. So you might want to think about maybe getting some bigger washers and then mounting the smaller ones over those. That way you're not struggling like I just did. But that's just kind of heads up. Yeah, see how it works out. If it continues to leak or whatever, I'll get back on here and say it sucks. Don't get this one. But for right now, that's what I'm using. Thanks. Keep it plain and simple.